Welcome back, everybody, to Let's Talk Wednesday. My name is Melshani Collins, and I am the CEO and the family advocate of the Grace Agency, where we help families that advocate for families that have child welfare cases. We also help fathers to gain rights to their children through paternal legitimation. And we also help to connect families to local community resources through
Hold
our
on, G.R.A.C.
you all, please excuse my voice. I'm really projecting as I'm just getting over a cold and a sinus infection. So please excuse my voice. But for those of you all who have never joined our Let's Talk Wednesdays, what we do is we allow other businesses, organizations, or agencies to showcase the resources and the services that they have to offer. And the reason why we do that is because I see so many groups, I see so many people complaining that they are suffering from housing crises, employment, financial issues, and they're needing help, whether they can't find appropriate care coordination for their children, they can't find appropriate benefits. I mean, medical benefits, food benefits. It's just so many things that the families are suffering from now due to the economic climate that's currently going on. And so, what we do is we bring those services and those resources to you through our Let's Talk Wednesday. And every single Wednesday features somebody different, right? Because there's so many resources out in the community. There's a wealth of knowledge. There is a wealth of just resources that are waiting for you all. But because you don't know, you never seen them, you never heard of them, then you don't tend to patronize those resources. And so our job at our agency is to bring you that information. So if you are in need or another relative that you know of may need those services, you know that you can come here to give him respect and compassion every day to get your services needs. Okay. And so today, you all, we are meeting with somebody new. I always give a little backstory of how I met this person. Now, Miss Andrea, I never met her in person, right? Typically, anybody that comes on the live is somebody that I met at an organization event or a partnership community event on the weekends. But I actually found Miss Andrea through an email on continuing education, and that is for helping professionals, counselors, social workers, licensed professionals that are in their continuing education in their particular craft. And so I found Miss Andrea on that, and I just sent her an email and said, "Hey, would you like to be a part of this?" And she was more than happy to be a part of this, you all. And so I always get excited because they take out time of their personal day to go ahead and join this line to give the community information about what it is that they do and the resources that they have to offer. So I never take it for granted when we have somebody new every single week that can bring something that's of value to you. So without further ado, I want to let Miss Andrea introduce herself, you all, and where she's from.
Hi, everybody. This is so exciting. My name is Andrea Elam, and I am a clinical trainer and engagement specialist for Amerigroup Georgia Family 360 education and training team. Um, I'm actually from Swainsboro, Georgia, in Emmanuel County, um, and I grew up in Swainsboro, and I've lived in Atlanta for many, many, many years. But I currently work with the education and training team where we train foster parents, we train DFAS case managers, we work with group homes, CASA workers. We actually have a judicial liaison where we actually try to connect with law enforcement and attorneys and judges, just to try to improve the quality of life for our kids and their families. The Georgia Family 360 program is a specialized program where we focus on our youth that are in foster care. Some of our kids have been adopted, and we also work with our kids that are in DJJ custody. So our goal is to try to offer as many resources, as much support as we possibly can in order to improve their quality of life, along with their support systems and caregivers as well.
Awesome, awesome. And so I heard you say that you train case managers or foster care parents when it comes to getting services for their foster care children or cases. So, what kind of things do you train those families on?
We train our families on from mental and behavioral health diagnosis, medications. We actually have a foundational training team where they provide information about our program, the Georgia Family 360 program. They provide information about some of our pros of being a part of Amerigroup, and they also give information about how to obtain some of those benefits. We have an amazing clinical team, and we provide trainings for therapists and other mental and behavioral health providers that are interested in seeking CEUs, or they're just interested in seeking more information about mental and behavioral health, self care, all types of things. Anything that you ask us about, we try to train on it because we want our families to be informed, and we want them to have as much information as they possibly can in order to maintain the placement for some of our youth.
Okay, awesome. And so, what type of services or benefits are offered to foster care or juvenile youth?
Oh wow. Let me start from the top. We offer a lot of resources. One of our most prized resources that the Georgia Family 360 program offers that I don't think any other CMO actually offers this benefit, and that's where we offer care management. Care coordination services. We have a plethora of care coordinators that are dedicated to the lives of our youth and their caregivers, and just trying to help them to uh, connect with mental health services, connect with physical health, dental services, vision, and we just try to help them to try to navigate through some of the services that they need in order to maintain well-being. So the care coordination program is a really, really, really big program that we pride ourselves on, and we basically just follow our kids. We hold their hands. We hold their caregivers' hands, and just try to connect the dots in the event that something falls through the cracks. And the care coordinators are there to make sure that not only do our youth not fall through the cracks, but their needs do not fall through the cracks. So that's one benefit, the care coordination team. We also offer all types of value added benefits for those that are already a part of Amerigroup. They're already our members. So I could just go down the list. We offer dental care. We make sure they have vision. We offer membership to the Boys and Girls Club. We offer employment specialists, and those employment specialists are there to support our older youth that are preparing for their transition from, foster care or into the real world,
Mhm.
or they're transitioning from 18, 19 into a young adulthood. So the employment specialists try to, help them learn how to develop resumes, how to apply for a job, how to be appropriate for a job, housing, clothing, just, and even trying to teach them how to navigate an interview and navigate their finances. But there's a lot of things. Like, we'll be on here all day and all night if we were talking about some of the things that we offer. This is why we offer trainings every single week.
Mhm.
So that the community is more aware of the things that we offer and how to obtain those benefits. So,
Okay. Now, as far as you offering trainings, is it training specific to a helping professional, so somebody that's already in that profession, or is it for foster parents or people that are potential foster parents that are looking to taking children into their home that may have behavior or mental health needs? Are you also offering training to them as well?
We offer trainings to the entire community.
Awesome.
Anyone who is interested in joining our trainings, they are all welcome. We do not discriminate. We offer trainings for anyone that is interested in just learning more about, you know, everything. So we even offer specialized trainings. And when I say everything, we offer trainings about domestic violence. We offer trainings about diabetes, ADHD.
Mhm.
Um, earlier this year there was a teen dating violence training. I also have a colleague that offers trainings on how to navigate the judicial system. We've had trainings on how to navigate the educational system in order to support our youth that have special needs.
Mm.
Um, we even offer trainings on autism. So there's a full spectrum of things that we offer. And it's not just for foster parents, it's not just for defects case managers. Those are just some of the examples of some of the people that attend. And also, our trainings offer hours for those foster parents that have mandatory training hours,
Mhm.
those annual hours that they need per year. Um, and so there's no discrimination. If they want to join, they want to learn more, they want to connect with us, we're open to it. And sometimes we even offer trainings within the community. They're not all virtual, but a lot of them are. But
Mhm.
every once in a while, we'll get a request that we come and offer a training in person. And we're always open to it. We actually have an event coming up where we are offering trainings in person in the community in each region of Georgia. So, and that's actually going to be November 16th. So it's an in-person event where they can obtain training hours. We're going to have a good time. We're going to earn, they can earn prizes. So we just try to make it as entertaining and engaging as possible where people will want to come back for more.
Awesome, awesome. So with these trainings that you all offer and that especially that you're going to offer in the community, how can they be involved? How will they be able to find out about future trainings that you all may have?
We post them every single week. We post them. We send out email blasts, and we have a large database of connections where people can get the emails and they can sign up. They can register. They don't have to go over here to register, over there to register. There's an email blast that have these trainings all listed, and there's a registration link next to them. We in this upcoming month, we're offering at least about 40 trainings. Well, we try
Wow.
to average at least 40 trainings a month. But if they're interested, they can always, you know, request to receive those emails. We'll add them in our database and they will receive that blast. But one thing, they are going to have to open the emails. We get
Mhm.
a lot of people that are like, oh, we didn't know they were offering trainings. We didn't know what was going on. But when you receive that email from Amerigroup, it's like you won a prize. Okay.
Mhm.
You want a prize because we have so many benefits and we're excited to tell you all about them.
Awesome, awesome. So do they need to go on your website, which is in order for
Oh, so they're not posted to our website at the moment. We're actually trying to update it
okay.
where they can go on to the website to locate our trainings and to register there. So that's in the works right now. But as of right now, we have the email blast for people that request to receive those email blasts. Some people don't want them because we send them every week. We want everybody to know.
Okay.
So they can actually connect with me. They connect with me. My email address is andrea.elam@amerigroup.com. And those of you that's struggling with the spelling, is listed on my name right here. Is Andrea.Elam at Amerigroup.com. And if they're interested in connecting with me, learning more information about our trainings, please email me and just request to be added to our constant contacts where we can send that information out to you weekly.
Perfect. And right now what I'm doing is I'm putting it I'm putting it in the comments so that if people are interested, that they would definitely have your email address.
Okay.
So it's right there. So let me ask you, Andrea, are there any challenges when it comes to, because I know the population that we talked about were juveniles, or children that were in foster care, or children that had been adopted or previously adopted. Are there any challenges when it comes to coordinating care with those particular children? Because I worked at DFACS for over 7 years, and one of the things that I seen was that there was always a trust issue, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
probably have been taken out of their home, obviously if they're in foster care, and they've been moved from this place to this place. They've seen this therapist, they've seen this counselor,
Mm-hmm.
they've done this assessment, and now, they don't want to participate in the services, although they may have a mental health diagnosis, which requires them to do so. Is there
Mm-hmm.
issue when it comes to coordinating care with that particular targeted population?
Um, I would say the only challenge is, follow through, because our care coordinators are awesome. They are absolutely excellent. And they help schedule these appointments. They help locate, different providers. They help us with all of those things. So, of course, there are those barriers where you're talking about they move from place to place. And, so we got to keep up with our kids.
Right.
And the care coordinators, that's what they do. They keep up with our kids because we don't want them to fall through the cracks. But yeah, I would say a big challenge is the follow through. Just making sure that the caregiver that's responsible, they're able to get them to those appointments, which we've also, we actually offer a benefit where we offer medical transportation for some of our youth. Of course, the younger kids, they have to be accompanied by an adult. But the older kids, the older they get, they're able to attend those appointments. They're able to obtain transportation and attend those appointments. So that would be a challenge as well. Transportation,
Yes.
and a lot of people, they want a provider close to them.
Hmm.
Whether it's a dental appointment, whether it's a vision, whether it's a mental or behavioral health appointment, they're looking for someone that's close to them. And sometimes that's not possible, especially in our rural areas. So but that's what the care coordinators are in place for. They're in place for identifying those challenges, identifying, those barriers, and how do we work through them? How do we move past them? How do we eliminate those barriers in order to provide that support? Here at Amerigroup, we don't offer excuses. We figure out how to get it done. Okay,
Awesome.
we try our best to get it done.
Okay. So what does those care coordination efforts look like with other agencies or organizations when you're dealing with that group of children that is very sensitive, when it
Hmm.
comes to trauma, or it comes to any possible diagnosis that they have experienced or grief that they experience? What does the collaboration look like between Amerigroup and other agencies in the
Well, Amerigroup has a pretty good relationship. I would say almost a very welcoming relationship with our community partners. So that's what we call our providers and organizations that we try to connect our youth and their families with. We call them our community partners. And a lot of times we'll call, we'll ask for something, and 99% of the time they'll give it to us if it's possible. Um, but it's a great working relationship. We try to get them into appointments as soon as possible, especially with the trauma assessments.
Mhm.
As a defects case manager, you know that once they enter foster care, they have to have that trauma assessment
Yes.
done within a certain time frame. But another benefit that's related to that is um, they don't need authorization to begin, uh, services as
Okay.
far as therapy, as far as the behavioral health assessment, as far as the intake. There's a certain number of hours that are offered up front. So if the provider needs additional units in order to treat our youth, of course, they would have to apply for additional units through authorization.
Okay.
And our care coordinators help them to locate providers. And they also provide them with that information. And, like you said, when we first started, a lot of times our parents and caregivers, they don't know that.
Right. Right. Absolutely.
So it's a great working relationship because um, a lot of times when we connect with our community partners, they want to help too. They want to know, what can we do to make this process easier? What can we do to support your efforts in supporting our at-risk youth?
Awesome, awesome. And so, from what you told me so far, it seems like Amerigroup holistically offers services from counseling to dental care, to medical care, to, if they needed resources. What are some success stories, or is there a particular success story that stands out in your mind from Amerigroup kind of jumping in and helping youth or family altogether, and they have just been the better for it?
Well, I'm currently on the education and training team, so I don't necessarily work directly with the families
Okay.
and the youth, but I definitely know that one program that is connected to the education and training team are the employment specialists.
Okay.
And they work with those youth that are transitioning into adulthood. And the success is them obtaining employment, them, obtaining housing, maintaining housing, being able to just improve their quality of life, and being able to have the resources that they need in order to be successful. A lot of statistics exist where they're talking about how kids transition from foster care into homelessness, you
Yeah.
know, and we are trying to avoid that as much as possible with the youth that we serve. We are trying to put those resources in place so that our kids are successful, so that they do not enter homelessness and they do not repeat those cycles. So I would say that that's definitely a success in us offering the employment specialist. And we've even had kids that have gone on to college, you know, as a result of the additional support that our care coordinators offer.
Okay. So, Art, with you being the clinical trainer and engagement specialist and having to train either different people in the community or people that are within the different agencies, do you come across any obstacles when training them as far as their mindset when it comes to how they look at foster children or juveniles that have just had a criminal history or a rough time? Do you come across any obstacles training them?
Um, well, I would say not very often, because if they're attending our training, that means they want to learn more. That means that they're open to learning more, and of course we come across people that, they have their thoughts and they have their views, and they're gonna stick beside them.
Right.
It's especially when we're talking about um, ADHD. There are people that believe that ADHD is not real. Of course, when we're talking about medication, there are people that don't believe medication is helpful to our kids.
Mm.
Um, and I would say another one would be our youth that struggle, I wouldn't even say they struggle with, but our LGBTQ population. There are some families that are not open to accepting that, or even accepting more information about it, and they're just against it. However, through our trainings and some of the education that we provide our families and their support systems, they attend because they're open. So,
Hmm.
if they're open and we can get through that little crack there, to just educate them, uh, that's a success. That is a win. But yes, what you said as far as a mindset, it is a mindset. So we work diligently to try to connect with the community and try to just explain how imperative it is for them to be present, accountable for the youth that they love and that they support. Uh, that's another statistic. The statistics show that children are a lot more successful when they have that support, when they have that love, and they have that follow through from a responsible adult.
Absolutely, absolutely. And as we're nearing the interview, because I think I'm just trying to ask questions that I know that the community might want to know, whether they
Hmm.
a child that's in foster care or whether they're going to be a foster care parent. What does the engagement look like with Amerigroup in the community outside of training? Do you all do any give backs or back to school events where
Oh,
people?
wow. That's a great question. We actually are establishing a foster parent association across the state of Georgia. And one of my colleagues, Mr. Ron Dunham, is ahead of that initiative. So he goes out into the community, he connects with the foster parents, he talks about the importance of a foster parent association and how we're better together as opposed to trying to foster alone.
Mm-hmm.
Another initiative that we offer in the community is our judicial liaison, Mr. Patrick Aaron Brown, and he goes out into the community. He's at the courthouse. He offers events in the community to try to serve our youth that are in DJJ custody.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, our marketing team, they offer Diaper Day. I just recently participated in a Amerigroup disaster relief effort um, in the Southeast region, and that's in the Savannah, Chatham County area, also in Effingham County. So we offer a plethora of things. I can't even, it's a hit list, and I'm going to go back to the employment specialist. They offer a weekly training for our youth, the transitional age youth, where they talk about different topics related to housing, related to employment, a lot of different things. And we are present in the community. We're invited to a lot of different events. We offer resource fairs. And in those resource fairs, that's where we talk about, um, other resources that are in the community that people can connect with. Um, I'm trying to, I'm trying to bring it down.
Okay.
We offer in-person CEUs for, of course, mental and behavioral health providers that are trying to either A, obtain their license, or B, maintain them. We attend conferences. We actually have a conference coming up, and we call it the Amerigroup Summit. It's coming up next November, where it's open to the community, it's open to providers, and it's an event where we connect with other people. We have speakers and we have a lot of engagement activities. But every single month, we have in person engagement activities where the community can learn more about us and they can connect with us. So there are plenty opportunities for them to meet with us. And of course, like I said, November 16th, there's a really, really, really big event that we're offering in every single region. And when I say every single region, I mean like the North, the
Right.
South, the East, and the West. I don't mean like all over, because it's
Right.
only
It's a
15.
lot of
It's
counties.
15 of us.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. So I would just say different. The main four: North, South, East, and West. So,
Awesome.
and
And
that's going to be in person.
okay, perfect. And lastly, and I want, you know what, before we get to the last question, I'm so glad that you all are starting the Foster Parent Association. Um,
Hmm.
I advocate for families that have child welfare cases, and one of the what I would say lost groups of people is foster parents. Because
Hmm.
once the children get with them, it's like, okay, good, the children are safe. All right, we're good.
Leave us alone. Yeah.
Yes, services are lost when it comes to children. The continuity of what the care that they should be receiving is also,
Hmm.
and foster parents are frustrated because they've taken on these children, but they have no outlet. And
Hmm.
I think that that would be so great to be able to have
Yeah.
an association.
And I'll give you the contact information for Mr. Ron Dunham.
Okay.
He actually, um, like I said, he's heading that initiative and just trying to connect the foster parents in order to communicate, in order to improve their foster care experience.
Hmm.
And we see him every year at AFPAG. So AFPAG is coming up in February, and I wish I remember what AFPAG stood for, but I don't. I don't remember what AFPAG is, but it's a really big event that happens every year in February at Jekyll Island. So it's a
Okay.
huge conference, and Mr. Ron Dunham will be there. And his email address is ronald.dunham at
Okay.
amerigroup.com. And if you
How
have
do you
any
spell?
issues,
How you spell?
Ronald
Dun-
Dunham, DUNHAM,
Okay.
and that's at amerigroup.com. So if you have a problem with that email address, you can always email me and I'll connect you with Mr. Ron Dunham. And again, my email address is andrea.elam at amerigroup.com.
Perfect. Perfect. And my last question, I always ask the speakers who I'm talking to, what is your drive and your passion to do what you do? Because as a clinical trainer, you are a very important part of that information or that awareness that the people need in order to go out and do what they do, whether it's a case manager, whether it's a foster parent, whether it's somebody that works in the juvenile court system. What
Mhm.
drive and that passion that keeps you doing what you do?
I would say number one, I love what I do. I love talking to people. I love engaging people, and I love just giving them information that they don't have. And another part of my drive to do that is I work with an excellent team, a very excellent team, very knowledgeable, a very talented group of people. It's
Mhm.
15 of us, and we all love what we do. So I think also it's the environment. Having a solid team that all enjoy what they do, and everyone is so creative and they're so innovative about their approach to training.
Mhm.
And whenever one of us have an idea, all of us are like, okay, so how can I support you?
Right. Oh,
you
that's
know and if one person can't make it to an event or something happens, there's always someone to fill in the gaps, so that makes the job a lot easier and a lot more fun. And I would say at this point in my career, it's not a job anymore.
mm,
It's
mm,
just something that I do, and it's very natural, and I believe that as well, for my colleagues. But the best part of what I do is the education and training team is a great family, great group of professionals that also love what they do.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, again, Andrea, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to come and give information about Amerigroup and the awesome services that they have. Because actually, they had a lot more services than I would even think that they would have. Um,
Ma'am, I didn't even list half of them, ma'am.
well,
Ma'am. Ma'am, we offer so much support to our families, not just the foster parents, but we have grand families where the grandparents obtain custody of the kids. We have initiative where we're working with those grandparents, and we're also working with kinship placements. And our ultimate goal is to maintain those placements for our children, because that's another statistic. Kids that move and move and move and move and they don't have a stable placement, they have the most problems. They have the most challenges, and they struggle the most with obtaining those resources and following through with those.
Absolutely. And that's one of the things that I've seen is that once kids are unstable when it comes to their housing or their placement, when it comes to services, services get lost in translation because they don't want to meet with somebody after they've been talking to one particular person for 6 months and now they moved halfway across the county or halfway across
Mhm.
the state.
And that's something that we help with. We help with, when I say care coordinator, we help with that coordination of care. If we are able to help with those records, we're able to help with that continuum of care. We're able to help connect those dots to cut down on the stress and the pressure, because we know what it's like when there's so much stress and pressure and the kids don't want to repeat it again. I don't want to repeat it again.
Right.
So, for a new provider. So that's definitely understandable. And we just try to connect our families with the previous information. Of course, if we have the release of information, we can help them obtain those records to the best of our ability. And that will cut down on a lot of confusion and a lot of stress.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. And then do you all have any volunteer opportunities or anything?
We offer volunteer opportunities every single month.
Okay.
And that's actually a requirement for us. And it's and it's not a stressful requirement. It's not something that we do begrudgingly. But the volunteer opportunities are for us to give back to the community, to connect with the community. So this is not a part of our regular, 9 to 5 traditional, work hours. This is something that there's a list of things and we select from that list and we give back to the community as an organization. So that's what we do. There was recently a volunteer opportunity where the education and training team volunteered at a I don't remember the name of the organization, but it was definitely in Atlanta. Our team cooked. They chopped onions. They served the homeless population. They cleaned up. They took out the trash. They probably cooked the food. So,
Wow. That's
but
awesome.
it was an opportunity for us to give back to the community, to support those in need, and to step outside of our traditional work day and work life.
Oh, that's awesome. I love
Hmm.
That's good. That's good. Well, again, thank you so much, Andrea, for speaking with us today. I have information down if people want to email you when it comes to any of the trainings that you all provide, and especially I think
Hmm.
you're doing something November 16th, right? And
November 16th, it will be an in-person event,
okay.
and our foster parents and their families will be able to obtain training hours towards their foster care or foster parent requirements.
That's really good. I'm actually gonna put that in some of the foster care groups that I'm in, just in
Okay.
case they are in need of those hours, that this is a good event that's coming up shortly that they can be involved in.
Okay, and I can email you those details as far as the location, the times, and hopefully they'll include the list of um, the list of like the name of the trainings. But regardless the name of the trainings, everyone's going to have a great time. We might even give you a hot dog, because we're going to be there. We're going to be there for about, I think it's like 4 hours, a
Oh yeah.
4 hour event.
Oh yeah.
So it's all day. So of course we know we got to give you some Kool-Aid and a hot dog. I mean, maybe some chips
Something.
or something,
Right.
something to maintain that attention span. So
Right. Right.
we want everybody to have a good time.
If it's food there, people coming regardless.
They coming. They coming. So we're trying to get that information out, and I'll email those details to you so that you can send them out to your networks.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Well, again, Andrea, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to speak with us. If I need anything else, I got your information. I'll contact you. Okay.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for this opportunity. And I appreciate your willingness to connect the community with some of our resources. And I look forward to hearing from the community, and I look forward to hearing from you. So thank you for your time.
No problem. And you have a good day.
All right, you too. Bye bye.